Hello and welcome back to the Thinking Cap YouTube channel. We are here. I am your host, Positive Tos, and we are excited to be with our next guest, Miss Christy Lynch. She is a TV personality, image consultant, and matchmaker. She has a ton of experience, and we're excited to hear from her today. Thank you for joining us, Miss Christy Lynch.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So one quick question before we get started in hearing what you're all about, what you have going on here in Orlando. We're excited, but are you ready to get lit?
Oh, I am definitely ready.
Let's get lit. Wow, so we hope the energy is zooming through the screen at you because this is about to be electric. But Miss Christy Lynch, what makes you Christy Lynch?
I'm Christy, the matchmaker, a certified matchmaker and image consultant. Yes, I can help you find a partner of your dreams. I do makeovers if you want to look good, feel good, and find somebody for yourself in the process. Talk to me. I also do events. I'm an event specialist. And also I do a TV show and also a radio show. And our radio show, as you know, is called That Sexy Talk with Christy O. So if you want to learn more about improving your relationship, or if you have questions about relationship, tune into That Sexy Talk with Christy O.
And you mentioned that you've been to quite a few different countries.
I have lived, my husband and I traveled the globe. His career and mine took us to different countries where we lived as expats. We lived in countries in Asia, such as Singapore. We were in the Philippines, into China, Indonesia, Malaysia, my gosh, been to Australia, New Zealand, guys, I'm missing out on so many, Taiwan, Cambodia, you name it, and India. In Europe, of course, we used to live in London, traveled widely around Europe, Paris, Austria, Germany, gosh, I'm missing out on so many. And we also lived in Kazakhstan. Yes, Kazakhstan, the best 4 years of my life, pretty much. And traveled through Russia as well, and so many other places.
And you even speak a few different languages, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I speak a little bit of Russian because you had to do that when you live in Kazakhstan. So you had to communicate with a fish lady, the market, and that stuff, So pretty much, yes. And I also speak one of the languages in Nigeria, the Yoruba language. I'm very fluent in that. And I also give private lessons in Yoruba. So if you want to learn the Yoruba language, I'll hook you up as well.
Excellent. And you are from Nigeria, aren't you?
Yes, born and raised in Nigeria, the motherland. Yes.
Nice. Well, Miss Christy Lynch, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We're going to get started with our Enlighten Round, if that's all right with you. But first, I want to brief everybody in on what the Enlighten Round is all about. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So here in our Enlighten Round, we ask pretty much the same questions over to each interviewee, but provided their own experiences and perspective on life, they answer with their own unique answers. Pretty much like a rapid fire round. So we're going to get into these questions right away. You ready to start the Enlighten Round?
I am ready, baby. It serves me as a sort of, I would say, a guardian angel, pretty much. And when I have my thinking cap on, it helps me remember never, ever to ignore my gut instinct. Because in the past, when I have done that, I have ended up either in trouble, I lost a lot of money, and stuff like that. I'll give an example. As a business owner, I do take risks. And in order to be a successful business owner, you should know how to take risks. You have to. It's all part of the game, right? So I have had instances where my gut instinct had told me not to invest in certain ventures, and I went against that. And that has landed me in probably hot soup, lost some money, heartaches, but I turned it around, like most people should.
Most people should. Your instinct. Yes, I like that because your thinking cap is pretty much your own ability to think critically. It's your own instinct.
And
I
like
that.
Your conscience too.
I like that.
It's a conscience. Wow, I have plenty, but the most important one for me was when I started my first business at the age of 19. And of course, being a youngster and wanting to get in the groove, my father was a businessman, so I was very inspired by his strong business acumen. But I think when I ventured into my first business, I went with a trend. Okay, big mistake. Don't go with a trend necessarily. Exactly, don't go with a trend. I lacked the experience and didn't do my research. So I lost a lot of money and was almost on the verge of being on the streets. But I was able to, swim out of that huge ocean that I found myself plunged into and turned it around. Pretty much, that was a huge experience for me. And I always have that at the back of my mind when I go into, or one of my company, for example, does 5, 6 different things. So I make sure I do my research. Always do your research because you never know. Might cost you a lot. So.
And that's the lessons that you got out of that. Do your research.
Do your research. Know your game. Know what you're getting into.
Wow, know your game. That was powerful.
Many of you who know me in town know already that I am I'm heavily involved in the community. As an event specialist, I created the Afrocentric event, which is not just about music or entertainment. It's about cultural enlightenment. I'm an immigrant to the United States. I'm a mother, and I want our children not to forget about culture. Some of our kids don't speak the language, for example. We need to preserve that. We need to educate the kids about where their parents are from, about their heritage and stuff like that. And we also use that avenue to raise money for the community, different projects, educationally, culturally, and I think artists are underpaid. So we try to also help donate some of our proceeds to good causes. So as an entrepreneur, you should always try and give back. Well, I live life on the edge. So for me, my favorite is life is too short. Go get 'em. To be lit, to me, means to be gutsy.
Gutsy.
In anything you do, you must have the guts. Confidence. No apologies. It's your life and your life alone. So live it on the edge. So light yourself up. To be lit, be gutsy. Have the guts to do what you say you're going to do, what you want to do. Be who you want to be. That's being lit. I have an event coming up, and it is called the Elite Romance Tour. So we are kickstarting this romance tour for single people who are looking for love across borders in Africa and also in Europe. So we will be promoting this event in September at the Locks and Lashes Boutique in downtown Orlando. So look out for that. So we'll be launching that soon. Hope you can join us and get more information about it.
Absolutely, and we will show you how to connect, and that leads us to our next question. How can we connect with you?
Yes, easy. ChristyLynch.com. Go to my website. My business, Style by Christiana, does a diversity of stuff. Image consulting, matchmaking, jewelry making, event organizing. If you want your event to be the best and the talk of the town, call me, talk to me. ChristyLynch.com or ChristyMatchmaker.com. And also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Same name, Christy Lynch.
Excellent. There it is, folks. That concludes our next interview for the Thinking Cap YouTube channel. And it was a blast being here with you today, Ms. Christy Lynch. Thank you for joining us.
The pleasure is mine.
And we will see you all again on the next episode of the Thinking Cap channel. In the meantime, keep your thinking caps on, stay creative, stay positive, and stay lit.